Hi, and welcome to my sewing journey. Today, we'll be working on Victorian Girl Walking Her Dog. This came from a McCall's pattern number 8728, the Quaint and Pillow series. This was fairly easy to do. You're going to have 2 squares of fabric, one for the front cover and the other one for the back. I chose to do the flip in the middle, as I call it. So actually 3 squares of fabric, or cut the 1 square in half or so to put the pillow insert in. So in case you ever have to wash it, it'll be easier. And then what you're going to do is you're going to do the entire Quaint and whatever scene you're using. Now on theirs, let's see if I can get it to focus in. That was this one right there. Now for her dress, I used costume satin and quilt batting and a layer of interfacing to make the dress. Then for the arm, it's just one great big square, and you gather it, scrunch it and gather it, and I put a little lace there. This is great for raiding your scrap bin. And I had a little scrap of lace left for the neckline, and then I put some down on the bottom of the skirt, and then I did French knots. Those little yellow dots are French knots. And I found this little ribbon bow in my stash, so I put that on there. Her face is a piece of fabric with embroidered hair on it and an embroidered face. I used a little scrap of ribbon for her leashes for the dogs, and I had these 2 adorable, cute little decals. So I did not embroider these. These are actually decals of poodles, and I thought they would be adorable on this. Then next, you're going to sew on your lace and ruffle. I made my ruffle out of a, if I can get it to lay there so you can see it, darker yellow fabric. And you sew all this on to the pillow first. Then next, you're going to pin, after you sew your lace on, you're going to pin up the ruffle and the lace like this. Because you don't want to, when you sew your back on, catch the lace and the ruffle. That would not be too good. I mean, you could actually take out the stitch or 2 so that it does not affect that, and then just re-sew over it, but it's a pain in the neck, so why bother? So you sew your back on with your back covering your artwork here, and then you flip it to the right side and you put your pillow form in. So this is a very simple pattern. There's not much going on, but it was a lot of fun to make her, and she was a lot of fun to do. These Quaint Anne ones are fun to do. It is a vintage pattern that I found, but vintage patterns can be fun to do, and they can be challenging in the essence that you might not have all the pieces to the vintage pattern, but I hope it inspired you to at least try a vintage pattern. Thank you for viewing, and happy sewing.